It's the collaboration you never knew you needed. Joining me today is sports betting legend and from Unabated, Captain Jack Andrews.
Dan, I've been looking forward to this. This is totally outside my realm. I've never done a bourbon tasting. I am a bourbon drinker, but I've never done a proper tasting. I watch your channel all the time. I'm the one that does.
Yeah.
And I know I'm totally looking forward to this.
You have an interesting story as to how you came across this Knob Creek single barrel 120 proof, which is what we'll be tasting today.
Yeah, so I got this from the Golden Nugget Casino in Atlantic City as a VIP gift about 3 months before they trespassed me from the property for winning too much.
Let's do a little background on this bourbon. Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve, distilled by Jim Beam, an ongoing release, 120 proof, aged 9 years. The mash bill is 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley, a deep amber color at an MSRP of $42.
It just kind of crumbles because it's been around for 10 years. There we go.
Oh, nice. Okay, good pop.
Well, if we're grading just on pop, not the best pop.
I mean, look, if you watched last episode, I almost had
Yes.
an orgasm listening to that thing pop. It was unbelievable. I'll make that mine. One of us is working.
Cheers.
Salute. I'm getting some oak, cherry.
Oak. Yeah, oak.
Oak and cherry is the first thing that jumps out.
It's a little heavy on the alcohol
Oh, you
smell.
think?
I think so. Pine?
Interesting. Anytime you say something, it incepts me, and then I immediately smell it.
There we go.
Now, I'm finding that I like higher proof bourbons. I just like the complexity of the higher proof a lot more than I like some of the other ones. They just feel a little more full bodied to me. Are you scared off by the 120?
A little bit.
Okay.
Because I am more of a, I'm more of a Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey type of drinker, single barrel, but that's what I'm looking forward to. Single barrel, I always feel is smoother.
Yeah.
And, but 120 proof is the real deal. So that was my biggest fear in doing this, is that I won't be able to identify anything more than
wood.
The barrel.
Let's go for it.
All right.
I don't know why the first thing I thought was pineapple. Probably not pineapple, but definitely like a citrus. There's a heavy citrus note to this.
The alcohol is definitely higher than I would normally drink.
Now, how is it affecting how you taste it? You're getting mostly alcohol.
Yeah, the tongue burn, basically. The tongue burn.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm getting the warm esophagus burn, which is it's quite normal.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep going back to that. It's just a little bit too ethanol alcohol type of...
Citrus, sweetness, almost like a caramel or a butterscotch, in addition to the citrus taste. It's not like an orange peel. That's like a common one, I would say. Again, not pineapple, but it's somewhere in that citrusy family. Maybe a lime. And you're right. I think the finish is kind of nice. It's kind of like long. It's lingering in my mouth.
It is very lingery.
It's lingering. It's hanging out. It's 2 a.m. at the bar, and it's still hanging out there. It's shutting down my palate.
It's definitely... It's smooth, but it's not... it kind of attacked my throat a little bit. Just a little bit of a sting, a little bee sting in my throat as it went down, which I wasn't expecting.
Ooh, now I'm getting just the barrel. Heavy char, heavy oak. The finish completely changed the second sip I had. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I was oak and barrel, and I still a little bit of pine, like almost like a pine needle.
Yeah, okay. It's welcomed. I think it's welcomed. It's not off-putting or anything like that. Again, I like higher proof bourbons. It sounds like maybe not so much.
Yeah, not so much.
Okay. I'll count to 3. Okay. Again, out of 10 barrels, you tell me what you give it. We're going to say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. 6 barrels. Okay. All right. 5.5. Now, is that just because of the proof?
I think it is.
Okay.
I honestly think it is. In fact, after this, let's privately try your Knob
I want
Creek
you to try the Knob Creek
and
12.
See if it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's just a little too much of a tack.
Let's go to Breaking Bourbon. For the nose, very sweet brown sugar and caramel hit first with apple and toffee that follow. It packs a good amount of spice that makes your nose tingle much more than any bourbon I've ever had.
I just said oak and pine.
You said oak. That's right. Oak and pine.
I did not get brown sugar. I did not get apple and toffee. I mean, I wouldn't have minded apple.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. For the palate, at first you think the sip is going to be harsh because of the nose, but it surprises you with a rich and creamy sweetness. Couldn't agree more. I found that. I don't think you found that, though.
I did not.
You were overpowered by
the
300-pound offensive tackle that was the 120 proof. For the finish, hot and long lasting. Completely agree.
Still kind of feel it.
Full of cinnamon, oak, and leather, the sweetness from the nose and palate carries through to the end. It can be challenging at first, but very satisfying by the end. I agree with the oak. I agree with the leather. Completely on board with those. I didn't get cinnamon in this at all, and me and this reviewer clearly have different palates because I thought this was a citrusy bourbon.
I have a different palate than you. That's clear.
That's okay.
And I'm a little disappointed in myself. But I definitely don't have the palate of this review. This review is seeing things that I just don't see.
Any final thoughts?
I want another crack at this. Because
sure.
I feel like I just didn't get it in this.
Should we do a bonus one? We could do it on camera. I'm unemployed. I got all the time in the fucking world. Okay? I do whatever.
I do want to taste this one off camera. So if you want to do a little bonus episode, we can do that.
Let's do it.
Your Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.